About this new campaign that TxDOT has going on.
Sure, it's a campaign that we do every year, trying to focus on driving safely, not just for motorists who drive every day, but also for truck drivers in the energy sectors, especially here in East Texas, being a big part of the Haynesville shale, which reaches in Northeast, East Texas, Southeast Texas, into Louisiana. A lot of people work there, a lot of people drive through there, and so bringing awareness to the dangers that could come along with that, being aware of large trucks. A lot of the times in these energy sectors, large trucks are a lot more abundant and driving a lot more. And so making sure motorists are aware of that and how to drive safely with those large trucks on the road.
Mm-hmm. So this is something that you guys do every year?
It is. Trying to bring awareness to it. I think 2022, there were nearly 1,100 deaths in these energy sectors alone. It made up about a quarter of the fatalities on our roadways. And so, again, trying to bring awareness to that, trying to bring awareness of how to drive safely around trucks and things like that.
So talk about that. Something that I noticed particularly myself is there are a lot more trucks on the road, specifically around Tyler, Gregg County, stuff like that. So what are some things that people can do and things that truck drivers can do to be safe?
Well, one is one of the top contributing factor was a failure to control speed in these areas, and so those led to the most fatalities. So one, encouraging people to, again, slow down, watch your speed, make sure you're driving safely. That goes for truck drivers too. The second was driver inattention, so being distracted while driving. Truck drivers is very dangerous. Those trucks are very large. They can lose control pretty easily, and so encouraging people to pay attention. For drivers to be aware, give distance to those large tractor trailers. When you're trying to pass, make sure that they see you, make sure that you have plenty of room to get past them, because we all know those trucks are large and long. So bringing awareness to that, being careful. In East Texas, we do have a lot of two-lane roads that are very windy with not a lot of room, and sometimes those passing lanes and passing areas are very, very short. And so just being aware of that, bringing awareness again to making sure you're doing all you can to keep each other safe.
So this is a statewide effort.
Mm-hmm. It's
all these energy producing counties. You said that there's trucks are the main thing, but what else is happening in these kind of areas that you can see?
I'm not sure on all the numbers. Again, the number one being failure to control speed. And so a lot of times you get people coming from out of town, coming into Midland, Odessa, into East Texas, into South Texas, that normally aren't there, not being aware and familiar with the roadways that they're driving on, not being familiar with how to drive with a lot of traffic, things like that. And so again, trying to bring awareness to that, being aware of where you are, where you're working, where you're visiting. It's very important to keep each other safe.
So talk about what things you guys are specifically doing. We're here today talking about it.
Yeah. One of the big things that we're doing around the state is going to local high school football games, trying again to bring awareness to, mainly in the energy sections, going to those high school football games, bringing awareness to those families. Like I said, especially in West Texas, South Texas, here in the Haynesville area, there is a lot of people who work in the oil and gas industry. And so, again, bringing awareness, like you said, there's a lot of trucks around here, not just in oil and gas or the energy sector, but also in farming, a lot of large trucks as well in the logging area. And so, again, trying to bring awareness to that as best we can. Large trucks can cause a lot of damage, and so it might be a better question for DPS who respond to those, but we try to do all we can by bringing awareness. A new law went into effect September 1st, giving TxDOT engineers the ability to lower speed limits in times that they see fit. Could be emergency situations, it could be very bad weather like ice. And so those are things that we pay attention to, speed limits and how to drive safer on some of these farm to market roads that may be a little bit smaller, a little bit more curvy, a little bit less wide. And so again, trying to bring awareness to that and make sure this message gets out.
Can you just talk a little bit briefly about that? It'd be like a temporary posted speed limit?
It would. I don't know too much about it. That would be kind of for our media relations team in Austin, our legal team to look into. But It's something that we, are definitely aware of. We haven't, put anything into place yet, But those are things that, again, could be brought into place if there are emergency situations, as far as like we've seen it 2021 with the ice storm. Being able to lower those speed limits could help in different situations. But for now, it's all about just bringing awareness, making sure people are watching their speed, paying attention on the roadway. That's the big thing for us.
Is there anything else you'd like to bring up, or anything you don't feel that I brought up that needs to be brought up?
No. Again, November, we have our In the Streak campaign. The November 7th, 2000 was the last day that there was not a death on Texas roadways. And so this is a part of that campaign. This is a campaign that goes along with that, the Be Safe, Drive Smart campaign. Again, bringing awareness, making sure everyone's doing their part to keep each other safe.
Is this October's theme?
It is. There's a lot. October's also Pedestrian Awareness Month, making sure people are doing their part to keep pedestrians safe with Halloween, again, high school football games, things like that. October is when the time and the daylight starts changing, and so October is actually the month with the highest number of fatalities on roadways in Texas. And so we do what we can during this month to bring awareness to that, with the days getting shorter. But yeah, bringing awareness is part of all this larger campaign of ending the streak and doing what we can to keep each other safe.